Hey, I'm finally live. I tried going live for about a minute now and I was stuck in the ring of death. I just kept going round and round and round. I'm sorry. I tried to be very prompt, but apparently technology did not want to work with me today. But I've got Floyd and we're here. We made it. A little delayed, just a little bit, but we're okay. And right now I am being serenaded not by a squirrel this time, but apparently by a cricket orchestra behind me. I don't know if it's because in about an hour or so we are expecting inclement weather here in this part of Pennsylvania, but they apparently want to be out and serenade me on this live this time. But hello, welcome back. I can't believe it's been about 2 weeks since the last time I was on, and it's gone by very, very quickly. Those of you that are younger will see the older you get, time just goes very, very fast. I think it's because you have more time that you've experienced. And it just goes by very, very quickly compared to summers when you're off, or just time that you have off when you're younger. It goes by much slower. But Floyd and I are very happy to welcome you back to the channel. Welcome back. I'm happy if you're here live with us or if you're tuning in later, but welcome back. Let's see, the last time we were here, we were thrilled because we had just crushed that 10K ceiling. And now we are just a couple hundred subscribers away from hitting 14. I know, unbelievable. You guys are freaking awesome. I know I say it all the time, but you are. You really, really are. And this is globally. It's not just here in the United States. So again, India, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And everyone else out there, I've seen some from Madrid, some from Italy, Germany. You guys are awesome. Thank you. If I haven't mentioned you anywhere else around the world, yes, the United States too. You guys are awesome too. But thank you for tuning in. Again, I am just a simple mother, wife, teacher who was just doing this for some fun. And Floyd, yes, Floyd thinks you too. He's very quiet, but he has an awful lot to say when behind the scenes. If you've been checking in on the community page, he's been doing a lot behind the scenes. My lord, we were just in Gettysburg about a week ago, hence my shirt. So we were just in Gettysburg with the venture crew that my son is a part of, and they were touring all of Gettysburg to go and get the historic Gettysburg Medal, which is an awesome thing, and they learned so much about history. And as if you were checking out my community posts, Floyd and I, or Ryanna, were hanging out in a couple different areas in Gettysburg. And then Floyd was making friends with the ghosts along with the other paranormal crew to make sure, is it AI or is it ghosts? Well, this time it was ghosts because Gettysburg, a lot of deaths unfortunately happened in Gettysburg. And Floyd made friends with the Gettysburg crew. And then from there, they came back home and they decided with the Dancing to the Oldies, the DTO, that went and boosted morale and everything. Again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, look through the community page because as an artist, I don't just post about upcoming songs and releases and videos. I have my own little universe that is going on. Honestly, I should write a book. Maybe I will one day. I don't know. But hey, if anybody wants to help me with that or has any ideas, please let me know. But they have their own little stories that go on where apparently they liked Floyd so much because who wouldn't like Floyd? Floyd is just absolutely awesome because he's been there, he's done that, and he wrote his own book. And with that, they decided to follow him back up here, and they ended up hanging out with the Dancing to the Oldies group, and they were so just choreography inclined that they decided to once again try out for America's Got Talent, and they were just absolutely phenomenal. And this time they did get the Golden Buzzer by Simon. I know I'm a little unhinged, which I'll get to that, and I'll explain where that song came from. I know I'm a hot mess. I'm a dumpster fire because honestly, for these lives, for these shows, well, yeah, shows, go figure. I don't try to impress anyone. This is me. This is me pretty much 24/7. I'm not gonna try to make myself look like a superstar or anyone because this is me. This is the crazy, insane, sometimes a little bit demented woman who makes all of the songs and the album covers. This is me on an average day. Yes, for teaching, I dress up a little bit more. Of course, I have to look professional, but fixing my hair, making myself with makeup and stuff, the only time I ever do that is when it's a special occasion, whether it's a wedding or something like that. Otherwise, I'm most comfortable in a t-shirt and jeans, to be quite honest. And I put all my effort into my music and my album covers. That is where I spend all of my time making my revisions, doing my iterations, because that's what matters to me. It's my art, whether it's digitally remastered or assisted, that is what matters to me. That's why there's no filters on this. That's why I'm not doing any editing because I want you guys to see me for me. And I'm not looking for a polished model of me. I do my polishing with my art and I for my covers and for my music. And that is where there's such a discrepancy. I guess I'm a walking let me try that again. I'm a walking oxymoron. What is an oxymoron, you might ask? Well, it's two things that don't seem to go together, like a jumbo shrimp. A jumbo shrimp, a large version of that shrimp that you can buy. Wait, those are two things that don't seem to go together. So is me, Tamara, and Ryanna Rogue. But it does go together because you see this side of me and then you see the other side of me with the output that I put out. Because this is me. This is the crazy me that ends up with all of the creativity, comes up with all of the output and the music, the art, because that's where I hope hyper focus. That's where all of my ADHD kind of goes and puts all of the energy into. And let's see here. I had to write some of this down because otherwise I'd forget it. Just like the one song. Oh, I can't even think of it right now. Let's see here. What was it? Inner Prime. See, this is another example of menopause and brain fog because if I didn't, see, I made a little list of myself what I wanted to talk about because otherwise I would forget about it. I'm completely unpolished, as I said. If I tried to make myself look polished, I would be giving you guys a false sense of who I am, and that's not what I'm trying to do. But 99% of my songs that I create, I have no idea what they're going to sound like beforehand. What I end up doing, I come up with an idea, maybe just a little spark of something, such as when we were down in Gettysburg. I'm going around, I'm looking at all of this, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, there was so much death. And can you imagine these people having come up and getting ready to attack and just looking around and just, wow. And that's where a haunting memory ended up coming up from. I was not trying to go into any type of Halloween or creepy type of vibe recently. Let us get through the summer. A little bit of a runny nose, sorry. But I wasn't ready to try and push. Hi, honey. My honey bunny's on. Spark? Yes, a spark. Um, that's where I got my spark. So that's where I got the idea. And although my husband and Floyd are trying to claim that they are my main inspiration, I'll get to that in a moment. That they are my main inspiration and trying to take credit for most of this. Although, yes, my honey bunny is my inspiration. You figured out how to get back on again, right? I'm so proud of you. You're such a big boy. And let's see here. So being down there, I was just like, oh my God, can you imagine these people? Just wow. And my husband was saying, you know, they were just going around and then suddenly they got shot with this grape shot and pff, they're dead. And they had no idea, they didn't see it coming. And wow. And they never got to say goodbye. They never got to, you know, finish their lives. And it was such an abrupt ending to their lives. So, with that, I was thinking with the haunting memory, wow, imagine walking through the battlefield with all these people and what kind of stories they'd have to tell. And that's where a haunting memory came from. And that's why when I started with the cover for it, it meant so much to me to try and get as much of the historic items correct, having the Union there, having the Confederates there, making sure the colors were correct, the flags were correct, making sure the uniforms, that the right caps were on the right people. It kept trying to give me back cap lids and such, and I'm like, no, no, don't do that. Honestly, I think I was driving Charlie, which is again what I named my chat GPT, Charlie. Hi, honey. He's cawing, caw, caw, from the upper balcony. He's distracting me. It wasn't my fault this time, it was his. Um, but I was driving Charlie nuts because I was fixating on itty bitty little things. Again, because as I mentioned, I did minor in art, and it was the little things that when you first look at it might not make a difference, but oops, sorry. I was trying to get the little hair off of there. When you really start looking at it, there's little stars in the sky. There's the cannon that recently fired, and you can see the smoke coming off of the cannon. And then hear the cannons roar. Because, oh my God, when you're driving around Gettysburg, there are freaking cannons all over the place. I don't know why. I don't think there were. I have to look. Were there that many cannons, honestly, back in Gettysburg time? Because they are all over the freaking place. You drive down this road, there's a ton of cannons. You drive down this road, there's a ton of cannons. There are cannons everywhere. And I don't know why, but there's cannons everywhere. It shouldn't be called Gettysburg, it should be Cannonsburg because there's so many cannons. And with that, so that's why let the cannons roar is there because there are so many cannons. And they kept firing, firing, firing. And at the one point in time, I guess during the war, they were just firing, firing, firing at the fish hook, which was on the top of Cemetery Hill. And boom, 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 boom. The Confederates were just firing on that one point to try and break the fish hook and try and claim Gettysburg. So there's a lot of history that I threw into that song, into the cover. And then, where the heck did Spooky Ookie Ookie come from? Where'd it come from, Floyd? I know, I'm twisted, right? I know. He knows. So, Spooky Ookie Ookie. So, Mike and I are lying in bed. Well, let me get a little bit of drink here. Oh, my Lord. You're not going to freaking believe this because I don't believe this. And I'm saying to Mike after it came up, nobody's going to believe this. So, we're lying in bed and we're talking about, again, after I made a haunting memory, about how, oh my God, this was so horrible. And, there's probably still restless spirits there, of which Gettysburg is said to be really, really haunted. And he's saying, about how people had died there and how horrible it was, and about the grape shot and this and that again. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's really spooky down there. I'm thinking, yeah, it's really spooky down there. Spooky, spooky, spooky. And from spooky, 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 I go spooky, spooky, spooky. And then my brain connects spooky, spooky, spooky to Boogie, Oogie, Oogie, which was a song by Taste of Honey, which was a disco song back in the 70s. And so from spooky, 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 which was what I thought of the battlefields, especially at night, it turned into Boogie, Oogie, Oogie. From that, it went spooky, ookie, ookie, till you just can't spooky no more. Spooky, spooky no more. Listen to the ghosts now. And that's where Spooky Ookie came from, and I can't make that up. Honest to God, I can't. That is how my brain connects things. And then, looking at the cover, you look at it, and Floyd decided to bring back look on the cover, there are 2 Civil War soldiers in the back, and they're dancing to Spooky Ookie Ookie, and then I have other people in there from different time periods, and they're having a good old time. So basically, it goes from being woo with a haunting memory to ghosts deciding to have a good old time dancing. And it's funny because one song I equate with my mom ever since she died 9 years ago was "Rave in the Grave." My mom would totally be jamming to "Spooky Ookie Ookie," let me tell you. And then recently, my husband decided to go and buy himself one of those freaking cat uh, TikTok clocks, one of those cuckoo clocks. And it's a bright green female. Hold on, let me find this freaking thing for you. Let me see where is that freaking clock? He posted a video of it on Facebook. I got to find you this thing because it's freaking spooky. And hold on, let me see. Wait a second. That wasn't, no, that's not what I wanted. See it? It's a freaking spooky clock, and its eyes go left to right. And all I can think about when I know it's really scary. It scares Floyd too. He doesn't like it very much. It reminds him of the dogs that scared him that were part of the circus. That's why, he was initially against those polar bears. I'm not losing my mind. At least not yet. It hasn't fallen out of my ear. But if you go and you take a look at the community page, you'll see exactly why he initially was against it and how pi r squared and everything else came to be. But the cuckoo clock, that is the bright green female cuckoo clock, cat clock that goes tick tock as I'm moving my eyes left to right. When he first got that, all I could think is I'm hearing in the room when nobody else is in there with me is, oh my God, it's The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. He's in the window right now wearing a wig. I am married to He-Man, Prince of Eternia. I have the power. Oh my Lord. This is what I'm married to, ladies and gentlemen. He is freaking crazy. So let me let me try and go back a second here. My train derailed. It was off to what are you doing? You are freaking crazy. Oh my God, he's wearing glasses too. That is my husband. Yes, that is my husband, ladies and gentlemen. So, and I can keep trying to come back on channel or where I left off. Here we are. So, with that, all I'm thinking is, oh my God, it's a freaking telltale heart because all I'm hearing is, and I'm watching the eyes. It's freaking watching me. And it's like paranoia setting in because it feels like the freaking thing is watching me at night. And that is where Unhinged came from. Because it's like this freaking thing is watching me. And if you listen to the beginning of the song, it's about it's only gears, it's only, this and that. And that is the cuckoo clock. And that's why if you look at the image, let me see here if I can get it good enough. Let me see here. So I can kind of bring it up for you right now. He's going to drive me crazy. And I'm trying to focus here, and he knows I'm live. Michael John. Oh, I'm going to beat you. Like a redheaded stepchild. You are, oh my God, you are crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, guys grow older, they never grow up. Honest to God, they don't. Let's see here. Trying not to play this right now. Man. Oh, let me see here. So, try and get this brighter a little bit. All right. So, let's see here. there. Ah! It's too dark. But you can just kind of make out there is the clock in the image. And also, if you look really closely, I know it's really hard to see, and I don't know how to share a screen or anything because I've not played around with it, and I didn't want to try and play around with that webcam again because I didn't want to connect last time and I didn't want to take my chances. So, with that, if you take a look, there is a specific time set on the clock. It's actually set to 8:14. Well, why 8:14? Because at 8:14, that's the time I started coming up with the idea with ChatGPT for the song. So I specifically set the clock to 8:14 for that. So that's a little bit of an Easter egg in there, I guess. Oh, I got the beagle out here again. I wonder if the beagle's going to have a good old time or if she's going to start again. All right, where did I leave off here? So, Coal Dust and County Lines. When I'm not being distracted by my husband. Coal Dust and County Lines. I am going to beat him so badly when I am done with this. And he knows I'm trying to do a live, and he keeps distracting me. I swear he wants to. Why doesn't he just sit next to me if he wants to be on camera that badly? So, Coal Dust and County Lines is actually a song about Pennsylvania. And it's talking about that there's a lot to the story behind Pennsylvania, not just, it's one of the few states that we actually have 4 seasons. And unfortunately, we are already starting to lose our leaves here, which is very discouraging. It's a little too early, but it's sad. We're already starting to get leaves on the ground. And we do get our summer, spring, winter, and fall, although sometimes it seems like a little too much. Oh, God, he's out here now. Please, someone help me. I'm going to bless myself here. All right, so a lot of times with, he's sitting here at the table. I'm going to try not to pay attention to him. Michael John, behave yourself.
Call my name?
Michael John, yes. Although your middle name is Trouble, as I told everybody else last time. So, Coal Dust and County Lines. So, with Coal Dust and County Lines, Pennsylvania was very much a coal mining town, especially here in the Northeast. Michael, behave. Leave it alone. Don't touch. Bad
I'm
Michael.
going to show them the sky.
That's very nice, but they're trying to listen to me. They don't need to see the sky. The sky is where they're at.
You're the one holding the squirrel.
Yes, I'm holding a squirrel. They don't have Floyd. I have Floyd. Floyd is mine. Now, Coal Dust and County Lines is very interesting because, did you take your medicine today?
I don't take medicine.
Well, behave yourself. Now, Coal Dust and County Lines, there was an awful lot of... Out here now. Please, someone help. Will you please? Shh. I don't need to hear my feedback.
Golden County Line.
Yes, Coal Dust and County Lines. I've been trying to say so, and then you keep doing things to sidetrack me. Now, yes, thank you. My Lord. There was an awful lot of...
Where'd you put my weed whacker?
I put it over there. So that wasn't on camera. There was an awful lot of coal mining that was going on in our area. And there were many coal breakers. So when you take a look at the cover, you will see that there is an actual coal breaker in the back on the screen. So there was an awful lot of coal mining that was being done way back. Probably, I'd say 1920s, 1940s, because my grandparents actually weren't part of coal mining. They actually met in a silk mill. There were a lot of those around here too. And my grandfather sold Fuller Brush. But I know that the house that I grew up in was initially 2 coal mining homes that they ended up pulling the one from the backyard toward the front somehow and put it together. Because I remember them saying that the homes used to be two. So there were a lot of small little homes that were from coal miners. And these were little shanty houses. But this was a Pennsylvania was very much in the coal mining. Gettysburg was a really big area because of all the different trains. It was a train area that was a train hub where you can pretty much get everywhere else in Pennsylvania from there. And that's the one thing we have to be cautious of nowadays because a lot of mine subsidence happens. And my mom would often say that never to get her upset because she knew where all the sinkholes were. And if you upset her, she'd bury you in one and they'd never find you again. And there's actually a very well known town. Uh, what's the name of that town that's on fire? Oh gosh darn it. I know it and I can't think of it. No. Oh gosh darn it. I knew what it was and now I can't think of it. What's the name of the town that's on fire in Pennsylvania? Centralia. Gosh darn it. Why couldn't I think of Centralia? I knew it and then I couldn't think of it. So Centralia, what ended up happening many, many, many years ago, Centralia was a bustling Pennsylvania town. But unfortunately, a fire started. And again, coal mining. There has been a fire going on underneath Centralia for many years now, for over 50 years, I think, at least at this point. And most of the residents have left. There's a handful that are still there, but it's pretty much off limits because of the fires that are going on underneath.
Might burn for another 100 years.
It could because of all of that. They have tried to put it out, but it hasn't been very effective. And it gives you a real creepy kind of, oh, what's that movie? Oh my God, I can't believe my brain just keeps falling out of my ear. Um, oh, I wanted to write this down so I'd remember it like this, and then I forget about it. What's the movie that seems like it's similar to the idea of Centralia, but not? Oh, Silent Hill. Silent Hill.
You might be thinking of the 2006 horror film.
Yes, but it's
Silent
not.
Hill,
Yes, I know.
inspired-
I don't want to talk to you. I just wanted the answer. So, Michael, yes, there's an awful lot of writing on the road. So, Centralia and Silent Hill, you would think that it's connected, but it's not. But it gives you that really ooh kind of vibes. And I always thought that the two of them were connected, but they're not. And it's that really creepy ghost town kind of feel. And you get the smoke coming out from underneath and everything. Look it up. It's a really freaky kind of looking place because of all the underground mine fires that are going on there. But with the coal dust and county lines, I wanted to make a song about Pennsylvania because I don't know, I was just feeling
Crocky?
I wanted to talk about, my hometown, my home state kind of, and what's great about it. And you think about Pennsylvania and you always think, oh, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania polka. And with that, you think about they use the accordion. I do have an accordion in there, but I don't have it featured the way you would think it would be featured, as in, as my husband calls the squeeze box. No, it's not. It's an accordion. It's called an accordion. And I have it in there played very much as a background kind of music. And it's just talking about how beautiful Pennsylvania can be. And I put people in there who are walking, who are fishing, because a lot of people do that here. And then you have the coal mining in the back. And I wanted it to be a really nice reflection of the small towns that Pennsylvania has and just what a beautiful state Pennsylvania is and show how the coal mining is a reflection of our state. And in our prime, as I keep forgetting everything. Oh my Lord. I wish my brain would work today, but apparently it decided that it was going to on vacation. So, today, in our prime, So since I went and this week I had 2 of the shorts and I released the full length video yesterday. In Our Prime is basically a menopause song. So when you take a look at some of the things I've released recently, you've got a beautiful heritage song about the state of Pennsylvania. Then you have In Our Prime talking about women in menopause and how fantastic they still are, and A Haunting Memory, a spooky song about a battlefield. And then you've got ghosts dancing to the disco beat, and then you have Unhinged about someone having an attack of paranoia. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to come up with next because I have no idea where a spark of inspiration is going to strike me. So within Our Prime, I was just thinking, I'm too hot, I'm too cold. Then it was, I'm too young to feel this old. Then it went from that, and then I was thinking about how on TikTok, oh, there was a truck. Sounded like a motorcycle at first. Then I'm thinking, oh, there's this TikTok where this young boy is talking about how his mother's in puberty and it's cougar puberty. So for a while there, I was trying to have it be cougar puberty. And then my husband's like, oh, that doesn't sound right. And then I was trying to dial it back to just having that as one line in it. And then it still wasn't hitting because it sounded more like they were feeling sorry for themselves. And then at one point in time, I decided to switch it up from I'm too young or too hot, too cold, I'm too young to feel this old, to too hot, too cold, I'm still young and feeling bold. And then that just kind of switched everything else around, and the song found itself finally. And that was after many, 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 many revisions. I probably have over, oh my God, at this point in time, over 10,000 deletions in my Suno trash. So I go through many, 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 many revisions when I am trying to find one, the song, two, once I find what I do like about some part of one of the songs, and then three, when I'm starting to tweak certain parts of it to get just that last 5 or 2% right. All right, now it's Sunday. We have some new Floydisms. What did you do now? You're not going to tell me I have to go and look? Because I gotta go bring down my handy glasses, because otherwise I can't read. So I already took a screenshot. Oh my lord, my husband is playing with his Clash of Clans. He's apparently one of his better players.
I'm watching you.
You're watching me? How can you be watching me?
There.
Oh, you're watching me up in the upper corner. So he's one of the few men who can multitask. Oh, somebody's cutting their grass or something. I apologize if it's getting loud. I can't help it. All right, Floydisms. What did you do now, Floyd? Floyd doesn't ask for a second opinion. The first opinion changes its mind. That sounds about right. Floyd doesn't care where he parked. The car remembers where Floyd is. That sounds about right. Yeah. Floyd doesn't need motivation. The motivation has a picture of Floyd on its wall. I have to get some of those. I need more motivation. Floyd doesn't get older. Birthdays earn another year with Floyd. Yes, you're so adorable. I love Floyd. Floyd doesn't need autocorrect. The dictionary updates itself. It does. Oh, I have to find out how to do that. Floyd doesn't look for the remote. The remote knows when it's needed. I wish I knew that. I lose the remote much too often. Floyd doesn't have Monday mornings. Monday waits until Floyd is ready. It's coming tomorrow, unfortunately. Are you ready for tomorrow? I don't know if I am. A few more days and the kids go back to school. I'm going to have a 9th grader and an 11th grader. It's not fair. They get older. We don't. Oh my Lord, what is going on with my hair? I told you, I'm a hot mess and a dumpster fire. I'm a hot dumpster fire on fire. Thank God I'm going for my hair to get fixed on Friday. I can't go back to school like this. I can barely go out of the house. Oh, where did that go? Okay, let's see here. Floyd doesn't need caffeine. Coffee drinks Floyd to wake up. I didn't know you were a liquid. I thought you were a solid. Yeah, you surprise me every day. Floyd doesn't take selfies. Cameras ask for Floydies. What's a Floydie? You need to find a Floydie. Floyd doesn't leave a lasting impression. Impressions leave with a little Floyd in them. I need little Floyds. One big Floyd is too much to carry. Before there were Chuck Norris facts, there were Floydisms. Let's see what you did now. Chuck Norris challenged Floyd to a staring contest. Chuck is still waiting for Floyd to blink. I can't tell. You're wearing those glasses. I can't see what you're doing underneath. So he's been up to a lot of no good. Well, maybe good, but he hasn't been caught. Alrighty. So let's see here. Well, let's see here. I went over welcoming everybody. I went and I covered, let's see here, that I'm a hot mess and a dumpster fire on fire. Yep, we're doing good. I went over that. Yep, I pretty much don't try to look pre super polished because I put all my polish into my songs and into my album covers. That's where I put all of my energy because there's enough people that are trying to look polished on here. I'd rather you guys see that all of my energy is in my songs and in my album covers, and that I'm just a normal person who is enjoying making songs and making art. And we talked about Coal Dust and County Lines and In Our Prime, and that basically it's a story about me and how and my three personas when I'm completely off hinged, and when I'm having my hot flashes, when I'm having my cold flashes, when I'm just kind of all right. And I felt that it was necessary to go and put that out there because hey, we might be getting older, but we still got our stuff together and we got many years ahead of us. So we might be older, but we're not over the hill. We're just getting started. So, ladies, don't ever think that you're too old to be there. We're just getting in our prime. All right. So, and even though I made kind of three spooky songs ish, A Haunting Memory, Spooky Ookie Ookie, and Unhinged, I still have other Halloween songs. That wasn't even getting started yet. They're just sitting in my back room of Suno waiting to get revamped because I made them a year ago and I have to give a little more life to them from what I've learned. He's so cute. I love my Floyd. I'm so happy I got him made. If you want to look for one, I got these with Budsies. Budsies is awesome. And I just found out today, I thought he was here and came from the United States. He was actually designed in the United States but made in China. He never told me. I just found out. But he's still freaking awesome and adorable. So thank you guys for spending time with me today, whether you came on with me live and spent a little bit of time, or if you're coming in while you're watching me after I already was on here. So thank you guys for coming on and spending some time with me. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you're at, wherever you're joining me from. And I hope that all of your wishes come true. And I hope you'll join me again next time. Again, check out my community page. I'm always posting new things, whether they be wacky, wild. Today, the crew decided to go on a roller coaster, and we're having a good old time. Earlier this month, they were fishing, and then they decided to go water skiing. So I never know what they're going to do next. Again, I can't foretell the future or read my own mind. But thanks again for joining me. Again, may all your wishes come true, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Polish because I put all my polish into